I'm back. Oh my gosh. I haven't done this in so long. Hey everyone, my name is Leticia and welcome back to my channel. If you're not new, if you are new, welcome to my itty bitty channel. I know I haven't been on here for a while. Y'all know how 2020 has went, but before 2020, I had a lot going on, so I decided to just step back from YouTube, and I knew I could come back when the time was right. Now the time is right, and I am back on my channel. So for those that actually watch my itty bitty channel, I say thank you. So today I'm going to be showing you guys my everyday go-to makeup routine, and this is a beginner friendly routine. There's going to be a mix of drugstore and high-end products, but of course you're more than welcome to switch out any of these products for products that work for you. The purpose is just to show you guys just a quick everyday go-to makeup look for those that might not want to deal with eyeshadow and lashes and all that other stuff. So this is pretty much the base. This is what I do whether I wear whether I wear eyeshadow or lashes. This is pretty much my go-to, and then I add on everything else. Enough with the talking, even though I'm going to be talking through this video. If you would like to see how I got this look, definitely keep watching. Okay, so when it comes to my everyday foundation look, I'm definitely into full coverage. This is my go-to whether I just keep it at foundation or if I want to add eyeshadow or lashes, because the base for me is like the most important thing. The complexion is the most important thing for me. I'm gonna start off with my brows. I know my brows are pretty full naturally, so I've been kind of stepping away from the full brow process, and what I've been doing is just taking a pencil and just filling in like the kind of sparse areas. I don't know if you can see them on camera. I've been wanting to get into wearing a more natural brow, so I'm just gonna take my brow pencil. This one is from e.l.f. This is like my OG brow pencil, and I'm just gonna fill in any little sparse areas. So once I'm done filling them in, I'm just gonna take the spoolie, the brush part, and brush that out. You don't want to brush too hard, or else you're gonna brush away all that work you just did. I've been trying to steer away from using too much concealer, but I don't know, I might end up cleaning them up after all. So I'm gonna clean up my brows with some concealer. This is the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer in the shade Butterscotch that I got from Sephora. I'm just gonna put like one little dot, and I'm gonna take an angled brush, any angled brush that you have, and I'm gonna use that to clean up my brows after all. Been a long time since I've done an actual video on this channel. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. Alright, so I actually went backwards. I usually do my primer then my brows, but I did my brows first. But we're gonna move on to primer. My favorite primer probably ever at this point is the Milk HydroGrip primer. I love this stuff because it really makes my foundation stick and stay on all day. I'm just gonna pump maybe 2 pumps onto the back of my hand. Sometimes I'll use my fingers, other times I'll use a brush. Today I'm just gonna use a brush and just apply that all over my skin. But I guess it was because I never found a good one. Like, I just felt like all primers were the same to me, or at least the ones that I tried before. But after trying this HydroGrip primer, I am absolutely in love with it, and I don't see myself changing anytime soon. I just love how tacky it gets on my skin, and it just lets me know that my makeup is gonna stay in place. Because typically with my skin, foundation likes to fade throughout the day, but this doesn't really happen when I have this on. So I don't know if you can see like how my hand is like slowly pulling. That lets me know that it's ready. So now we're gonna move on to foundation, and this is actually a new foundation for me. I know it's been out for a minute. This is the Revlon ColorStay 24-hour foundation. This is made for combination and oily skin, and I got the shade 400 Caramel, and I'm just gonna put a few pumps of that onto the back of my hand. I'm gonna start with 2 pumps to see how good the coverage is. I believe this is medium to full coverage, or full coverage. So I did pick the right shade because I honestly had to eyeball it. I ordered it online, and it's a perfect match. I'm just taking a foundation brush and blending that out. Of course, when it comes to foundation, the coverage is completely up to you. If you want something light, if you don't want coverage as full as this, I would recommend like a BB cream to start off with. And there's also light coverage foundations as well, because not everyone wants a full face of makeup, but they want something that they can at least kind of put on real quick and go. So now I'm gonna conceal and highlight the center of my face, and I'm using the same concealer that I use for my brows, which is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. And I'm gonna just apply like a few swipes of that under the eye, and I'm gonna take a thin layer down the nose, highlight my chin, a little bit on the top of my lip, and a little bit along my forehead. And I'm gonna blend that out using my beauty sponge. Every time I get started on my makeup, my nose runs. I'm gonna contour my face. I'm actually gonna do a cream contour. I don't do this too often, but sometimes I'm just in the mood to really add a little bit of structure, extra shape to my face, because I do have a round face. So I'm just taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills stick foundation in the shade Walnut, and I'm gonna use this to pretty much carve out the contours of my face. I'm gonna do one of those, and I'm just gonna draw that line. And we're gonna do our forehead. Like that. I go back and forth about the jawline. I don't always do it because sometimes I think it looks kind of weird, but I'm gonna do it this time around. And I'm also gonna get the sides of my nose. I know how to kind of like pinch my nose in. I don't know if you can see that. Like, I know how to like kind of flex my nose in so I can really get that shape. And I just draw down the sides of my nose. This might look like a lot going on with this color, but it actually blends out pretty nicely. So I'm just gonna take my sponge once again, and I'm just gonna blend that using like the side of my sponge. When you do find yourself blending a contour, especially along the cheeks, you wanna blend up. You don't wanna take it down, because we wanna stay in that contoured area. You don't have to do this step. This is just an extra step. You don't have to go in with a cream if you don't want to. you can just move right on to a contour powder or a darker powder. And then if you feel like you might have taken your contour a little bit too low, you can always go in with your foundation brush, and whatever product is left, just go ahead and blend that out, and it'll soften up that contour. So now that we're finished with the cream products, we're gonna move on to set everything with a powder. So for my under eyes, I'm actually gonna use a powder that I've been wanting to use for a while. And this is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Setting Powder in the color Honey. This is the packaging, and that's what the color looks like. And I'm gonna just use my sponge, and I'm just gonna press that into my concealer to set it in place. So now I'm gonna set my contour with some bronzer, and I'm using another Fenty Beauty product. This is her Stalker Instant Warmth Bronzer in the shade Coco Naughty. And I'm just gonna take just a fluffy powder brush, and I'm gonna use that to set the contour as well as bronze up my face. In reality, when I do my everyday makeup look, it probably takes me about, I'd say 15-20 minutes at the most. Of course, it's gonna take a little longer because I'm doing all this on camera and I'm talking, but this is definitely a quick routine for me. In about 20 minutes max, I'm finished and I'm out the door. So with this being such a simple everyday look, I like to add a little something to make up for not wearing lashes and eyeshadow and all that. So I'm gonna play around with some blush. This is a blush palette from ProFusion. You can get this, I believe, at Target. I think I got it for like $6-7. It's a pretty affordable palette. And I think I'm gonna take this color here, the bottom in the middle, this like peach blush in the color Lush. And I'm gonna use that same fluffy brush, and we're just gonna pop that on the cheeks. I like to smile so I can actually see like the apples of my cheeks, and I take it alongside my contour just to give me a nice pop of color in the cheeks. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the eyes, and all I'm doing is putting on mascara. It's gonna take, I didn't even show you guys, my Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara. And I'm just gonna put on a few coats of that. So now we're gonna add some highlight to the face, and I'm gonna take another Fenty Beauty product. This is her Killawatt Freestyle highlighter in the shades Afternoon Snack and Mo Honey. I actually mix both of them together, and just gonna go ahead and pop that on the high points of my cheeks here. This is probably my favorite part of makeup, is highlight. And then I take a little bit and I go across my nose. And I also go across like the flat part of the bridge of my nose. And then I get a little bit on my top lip. And get my chin a little bit. And get my forehead a tiny bit. Finally, we're gonna, well no, not finally, it's one more step. But we're gonna move on to the lips. And for my everyday look, I just like to put on like a brown lip liner and some sort of neutral or nude lip color. So I'm taking this lip pencil. The brand is called Nicka K, and these are very popular at like your local beauty supply stores. So I'm just gonna take this brown pencil, and the shade is actually called Coco. And I'm gonna use this to line my lips. Next, I'm gonna apply some lip gloss because that is the quickest and easiest product for me when it comes to my go-to makeup look. And this is the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Ginger Snap, one of my favorite. I like this gloss a lot because it lasts a long time and it doesn't feel sticky on the lips, and it doesn't dry my lips out. And now for the final step. Like I said, I love the Milk Hydro Primer so much, and I found out that they actually have a HydroGrip setting spray. So I got really excited and I went to Sephora and got this, and this is my first time trying it. I do notice that there's separation in this spray, so you do have to shake it up before you use it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and spray this on my face. Ooh, I love the way that sprays. Okay everyone, so this is the final look. Really simple, really easy. Like I said, it's really quick. For me, it takes like 15-20 minutes to get this done, but since I was filming this and talking through, it did take a little bit longer. But this is my go-to makeup look when I want to put myself together. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by liking this video, sharing it, leaving a comment down below. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to do so, and also make sure you turn on the notification bell so you can be alert every time I post a video. I am officially back on my YouTube channel. I'm really excited about that. It's been a very long time since I've done an actual video like this, but I plan to put out videos every week starting with this one, so look out for more. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.